Okay, so now we're gonna make this other wall right here. Remember, think about this like Legos. So I'm looking at this and it's one, this is another one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's make it. So I'm looking at this wall right here. What I'm gonna do is I'll duplicate this, Control D, and I'm gonna select all these faces, and I'll hold down Control, select this one, delete the whole thing. Pull this down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll shift right click, go to insert edge loop, and oh, you click on this and you get all the so any tool you use, if you click right here, it'll give you the options for the tool. If I want to reset the tool, I can reset it. And if yours is like this, all you got to do is click on this and find the one where it has the number slider. So I'm thinking 4 should be it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. I'll chop. I'm gonna close that out. And now this is a little bit different than the other ones. So what I'm gonna do is I'll select this face, shift, select this face. I'll do a shift right click and then I'll do a no. I'll do an extract faces. So now we have this and these are separate. Okay, cool. One other thing, I'll do this in another way just to show you. So I can click on this, shift right click, and I'll do another extract faces, or if I can press G to repeat the tool. So whatever you do last, G will repeat it. So 1, 2. Oh wait. So let me extract this one, G. See? So now these are all separate. Now, one thing I can do is this. I can select this one, press R to scale, and I can go to, think, should I even do it that way? Actually, let me go backwards. I'll do Control Z. So I'll go backwards until these three are still the same, right? And I'll do the same thing that I did the other side. So yeah, I just did Control Z. So well, okay. So I'll do it like I did that one over there. So I'll do Control E. I'll drag this down. Same thing. I'll just double click, shift right click, and then get a bevel. Pull it close like this. Right now it's at 0, 1. I'll do 0, 8, enter, and I'll do segments. F. And right now I'm like trying to zoom in and it's like tough, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'll just go get a vertex, select one, press the letter F to focus in. Okay. And that'll take me over here. Now I'll just go get the faces and I'll do what I did before. Select this face, shift, double click. We have that. Go over here. Shift, double click. I'll do R to scale, and I'll just scale it in a little bit over here. And I'll scale it down. I'll press 5, just so you can see what I did, the little indentation. Now I'm gonna do the same thing. isolate it, Control D, I'll push one up just in case I want to mess with it later. I'll select this and I'll double click, get that edge, shift, shift, shift. I'll press 4 so you can see what I'm doing. Click on this edge, this edge, this edge. Getting every edge. The other one, press 5. Then I'll do a shift right click and do a bevel. Hold on control. Segments. And I'll just do 3 just because. Q to quit. Unhide it. Now we're here. And pull this up. This right here. And one thing I'm noticing, it's a small detail, but like I say, devil's in the detail, right? So there's another one of these things. If you look at it, it's black and it kind of goes along the span of this. So it's basically a copy of this, right? So let's just do that. We'll just take this. We'll do Control D, press space bar. So we're over here. I'll press 4 and let's just scale this. So I'll press R to scale. Let's scale it like that. Space bar. So scale it in a little bit. And scale it down. And I'll push it back so we can see it. And we always look at our reference to refer back. So it's pushed back. Yeah. Push back right here. Cool. So since that's pushed back, I'll take this, push it back. There we go. And what are we doing? We're gonna look in here and we're saying, hey, this is the same height as that. Cool. Nice. All right. And so we have these 2 side pieces right here. So I'm just gonna raise this up, and see if we can do this in a couple of different ways. So I can take this, Control D, pull this up right here, and then delete everything right here. And then take this one, I'll center the pivot. Let's look at it through our 4-way view. Let's move this here. I'm just gonna grab these points, move this over here. And I'll just take this up. Yeah. So yeah, there's an open face, but are we gonna see it? Well, maybe a little bit, right? So let me not get too excited. So we could do that. And you know what I'm gonna do with this right here? Where's this shape? Oh, this is my maybe group. No, it isn't. So I want to find this exact shape. So this is this right here. So I'll just middle mouse button click and take this into my maybe group. You know, if I want to see this a little bit better, I can just do some underscores like this and put some underscores on the other side of this. Now this says maybe, and I put this on the top or the bottom, just so it's visually easier for me to see. So I can do that, and I can also do this, Control D, take this, and then I can just go in here and, well, actually, let me make sure real quick. because this thing might have some splits. Oh, okay, it does, right? So you see this? It has 1 and 2. All right. So this is good for us, and I'll show you why. So I can take this right here, um, E to rotate, hold down J to get increments. Whoa, look at that, the way that looked. That's not right. So take this, click it, hold down J. I don't know why I did that. Let me try this again. I'll center the pivot. Wow, that's super weird. I don't know why that's happening. So look, let me double click on this and I'll go to reset tool. All right. Now, no, still isn't working weird. I don't know why that's happening. Honestly, I don't. All right, but it happened. So let's try to work with it. So if I go like this now, so take this, and I'll put this over here. I'll just press spacebar and I'll go into this view. And now I'm just gonna take these vertexes over here, boom, flush against this wall, and I could even zoom in so I could really get it like along the edge, a little tiny bit of space. And I'll go over this side, go over here, zoom in, get a tiny bit of space like that. And then I'll go to this, pull this right here. And remember the pivot's off, so I just click on this for center pivot. And I can also hold down the letter D and then move this like here if I want to zoom in and like mess with it like this. So profile's a little bit different, but it's so far away, I don't think it'll matter to us. But now check this out. We still have 3 things here, but it's all good because all we have to do now, so I'll press 4, is take these vertexes and we can just move the whole thing. So I'll go over here, press 5. I'll get my camera. Let me look at my reference. And it looks like this line is a little bit under this. Just a little bit. All right. So I'm in my camera. And I just pull this down over right here. So remember, we're not going to see it. So the other part doesn't really matter too much to us. But if it ends up mattering, we can adjust it. So matter of fact, let's just do that now so we know. Nah, I don't think it's gonna matter. So we just need to put this little panel in front of it. So yeah, that's good. All right. And then we just put it in object mode, right click object mode, control D, move it over here. And we just look over here, make sure it's where it's supposed to be. Over here. Cool. Now we just need to look at this part right here, which probably is like this, but just extruded. That's what I'm guessing. So control D, pull this down. So yeah, we're just looking at the measurements and vertex, select this. There we go. Cool. Actually, let me I think it's fine. All right. Nice, we're almost there. And look, we could just take this right here, Control D, take this, go down J to get the 90-degree increments, W, push it over here, press space bar. Now I'll just take this, line it up here, and then I'll take these vertexes and move it to the little break point in the middle. Same thing with this over here. Now you know what I should do with these? So this is 3. What I should do is I should just keep this right here. So I just select this and I put these in front of these 3 panels. Oh, I did that all wrong. How did I do that wrong? All right. I'll pull this out, E, hold down J. All right. What was that? Okay. Okay, so I'll do this. Oh, and something else, right? Check this out. Right now, I'm like feeling myself. I'm like feeling really good about this. All right. Like I know it looks sweet, right? But because I'm feeling good, Maya is a hater and it's gonna go, oh yeah, let's crash it. Right? But I'm gonna be ahead of it. So I'm just gonna do save scene. Oh no, I hope it doesn't crash now. Oh, okay. So there's gonna be a problem. All right. So now I'll just do just named it Kitchen. I spelled it wrong. Right. And then what you can do is while you're modeling, like, so let's say I have this and I'm loving it. And now I'm going to do this. Ooh, now I'm going to do Control D and make this other part over here. And that's what I'm going to do. I'll just double click and delete. Because remember, these were separate anyway. I just need to center my pivot. And yeah, just put it over here. And so I just made this change, right? Still feeling myself. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to File, Increment, and Save. Now watch what happens. Right now it says Kitchen Modern 22. I'm just going to go to File, and I do Increment and Save, and it adds a 1 on the end, right? So if I keep on doing this and just click on Increment and Save, it'll save another version. And the reason why that's good is because sometimes a version can become corrupted, and then you can't use it anymore. You can't open it. I seen a guy model a car. He spent weeks on it and it looked good, but he kept on saving over the same file and then he couldn't open it in the end. It was just like, ah, man, you know? So saving matters. Let's save all these. And then for the sake of like organization, I can select them all, right? Do a Control G and then do like floor, I don't know, channel, for GRP. GRP for group. Cool. So we got ourselves a group now, and then whatever material we assign to this, we can just assign. And something else to note, right? Some of the things we're going to put in substance because we're going to want to get this marble, we want to get this floor, but things like this, you don't need to really UV them. They just need a mirror-like material, you know? And you can make the materials Arnold, which I'll go into. We'll go into making materials, but first we have to make our models to put the materials on. So, okay, we have that. And of course, we can clean up all this later. Remember, we're not even going to really see that. Let's just spread this out. Because remember, it's all about what our camera sees. All right. So look, we almost got a scene ready. Yeah, we're almost ready to get our scene ready, and then we can move to Dubai and work at an architectural visualization house. All right, so we have this right here. Just to C, Control D. You don't necessarily need it. I usually save this for last, but I'm gonna hold down J and do this just so we can see. And put myself a ceiling right here and go over here to camera just to see what we're doing. So you see how our scenes filling out?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been good. All we need right here is a little backsplash. I learned that from this. And yeah, so we're getting pretty close. Let me get outside this camera. And since I said that, ah, increment and save. Okay. And backsplash is something as simple as well, I could have a cube or I could just do a plane. All right. I'll just make this plane right here. Doesn't need all these divisions. Hold on, J. So let me go to my attribute editor, polyplane, and I can just make this into one. Because remember, it doesn't need all that. Let me just put it right here. And make sure it's not too crazy big. Let's get vertexes. Well, actually, you know what I do? I'll pull this in here. Then I'll press 4, grab my vertexes, press 5, and I like to lift things up until I can't see them, and boom. Have it in there real nice and snug. 5. So 4 and 5 helps you you know, measure things out and see through the object, which will aid you greatly. So like I said, I like to pull it out and then push it like there. And I'll do this one more time for the top. Because this doesn't need to be super large or anything. It just needs to be like that. Ooh. So our kitchen scene's coming along. Of course, this would need to be here. But like I said, I like to do ceiling later. And I can press H to hide it if I want. And you can even do a Control G. I can do, man, spelling. Um, and this could be my hide hidden group, just to hide it for now, and then, but I still know I want this stuff. So you can just do that to keep things organized. And I can, of course, I could take this and I middle mouse button click, and I can take this into my maybe, just to take this away too. So all I'm doing this is for is just to organize. And we can clean all this stuff up later, but like I said, not important now. Yeah, on our way to a good start. Uh-oh, remember I said that. Save. All right.